North Carolina Central is a program that won 6 games last year and did well in their league, and their quarterback's back. He's a fifth-year senior. They're really strong at wide receiver. They have some really good skill players in Wilkins and Scruggs and Poole, and got a lot of good athletes around them. They got a big offensive line. So we definitely got a tough challenge ahead of us, and they went through a coaching change not long ago, and I really feel like that they kind of got themselves recalibrated and kind of on track. They played a tough opponent in Duke to open the year. Played over at Duke, and it's a program that's definitely on the rise, and so it was a tough game for them. They came back and won the game last week, and I really feel like they probably got it back to where they wanted after that coaching change. That had to they had to kind of hit the reset button, so to speak, I'm sure, and so they've got that thing kind of turned around and in the right direction. And defensively, they're big up front. Got a huge nose guard. Felix Smalls, a junior college transfer that's come in, is really playing well for them. So, we got a tough challenge ahead of us. This will be the first, full scholarship 1AA program that we played, and so we know what challenges coming in here, and we expect our guys to prepare well, today and tomorrow and Thursday, and show up and play extremely hard.
I do see a little athleticism for the offensive core, especially in the receivers. And I know some of the depth chart, and I actually know some of the players, so I can kind of go off of that. We're still going to start studying more. We haven't really looked into it in depth yet, but we're going to break down the film and just kind of elaborate on it.
Yeah, that's been a lot better from a coaching standpoint, because they've played 2 games, whereas the last 2 games, it was a first game, and there was a lot of unknown factor. Like in last Saturday's game, they gave us a completely different punt formation than they had shown. So, we had to, scramble around, adjust to that, and make sure we were handling that. And that can become a problem for you, like Saturday, because, your punt return team is offensive kids, defensive kids. You got to try to get them together and make those adjustments. So, yeah, it's been a little bit better from a film standpoint than playing 2 games. Oh, yeah, I think that every Saturday will be a measuring stick for us. The other thing that Terry made a good comment about is a lot of in-state guys involved in this game. There's a lot of guys on their team from Charlotte. I know they got some guys from Independence. We got a couple of guys from Independence. So it'll be at a pretty good pace, I think, once we get out there on Saturday, because there'll be a lot of guys that know each other, and it's going to be a good measuring stick of kind of where we are, and because I've got so much respect for the job they're doing over there.
With home field advantage, it's always going to be much bigger. You're always going to have to really try your hardest, because you don't ever want to take an L in your own home. That's always the worst feeling. So protecting our house is what we really do talk about on the defensive standpoint, especially try not to let opponents come in our end zone and score. So that's really something that's big with our defense.
We do ball security drills every day. That's how they start practice, and you got to take care of the ball. Like where our turnover margin is right now, it's probably why we're 2-0, because our turnover margin's in a pretty good spot. So we need to continue that, and but yeah, you always have to take care of the ball and make sure we're giving it to the offense when we do a punt return or a kickoff return. That's anything you do in life. You like to have balance, and offensively we want to do that. Defensively we want to do that. We don't want to be an all blitz team or an all drop 8 team or an all zone team. So you want to have balance, and I think Matt has done a good job of throwing the ball, and we're going to try to run it, and we have the ability to throw it as well. And I really like where we've come out from a balance standpoint so far. We hadn't been in a situation where we've had to throw it every snap, or we hadn't tried to run it every snap. We just try to make first downs and score points and try to do it as fast as we can. So Matt's done a really nice job of handling things so far. Yeah, Kel's a guy that we want to get the ball in his hands, and that's why he's our kick returner, punt returner, just another chance to, get the ball in his hands. But, when you really look at the kickoff return from Saturday, the guys timed it up really nice. There was some big blocks in there, and I thought the guys, kickoff returns always about timing and hitting it at the right time and making those blocks at the right time, and then him, just finishing the deal. But he's a fast guy that we want to, want to touch the ball because, good things can happen when he does.